Welcome to Blossom Banter, a behind-the-scenes look at the race, traditions, and community that make cherry blossom the runner's rite of spring. I'm Sharon.
I'm Los.
I'm Jared, and today we are very excited to welcome a special guest who needs no introduction, but also another special guest, Erica Baca, Stumpy's manager. How are you doing, Erica? Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
We're so happy to have you. And Stumpy, it's so good to see you. How are you doing? Very good.
Yes,
Wonderful.
Stumpy's great.
Stumpy's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so people who are not watching this episode, we have here the wonderful mascot of the cherry blossom race, Stumpy, our famous little cherry blossom tree, the tree who could, as some people might say. And so when Erica is translating for Stumpy, there may be some silences in the audio, but don't worry, we are still here.
Yes. Stumpy speaks with hand motions, movements,
And his heart.
And heart, yes. And we will do our best to translate. That's a good clarification.
Mm-hmm.
So, Erica, welcome again. We're very excited to have you. And Stumpy, welcome. For those who don't know, because I found out again just this morning that there are a lot of people that don't know who or what is Stumpy. How would you explain who or what is Stumpy to folks that don't know?
Yes, for those of you who don't know the story of how Stumpy came about, Stumpy was first a little tree that could on the tidal basin. And sorry.
Stumpy is dramatically but slowly waving hands.
Remembering the origins.
And so, yes,
First days.
yes.
Takes him way back. So he's one of the trees on the tidal basin that needed to get removed once the flooding became too much. And but what made him really special, this awesome tree, was that he was actually very hollow on the inside, and because of the flooding, pretty damaged. However, he continued to blossom every year, and he became just this symbol for the city that, that symbolized resilience and endurance. And so such a perfect opportunity to bring him to life. So we have the larger than life Stumpy with us today. And I have the pleasure of really helping to take Stumpy around town and make sure that he brings joy to the city of Washington, D.C.
It's amazing.
I love it.
I love it. And I love the symbolism of perseverance there that I think a lot of locals can identify with and kind of weathering the tides year after year.
And not
things
just
like
locals too, but runners.
Yeah,
That
runners.
is a great symbolism for running long distance, because you need that resilience and that endurance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So what was Stumpy, who's with us today's first appearance then?
First appearance was on April 6th, 2024, at a Nationals game.
Whoa.
Big time. So he went straight
to the big time in the limelight.
House to Racing Presidents.
Racing Presidents, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. I think I might actually, it's a little hot in here. I think I might be wearing a shirt from that very day.
Awesome.
Yes,
Look at that.
Look at
Laundry day. So it just happened to.
And it's the double blossom.
I think not.
Look at that. It's your picture. On the shirt.
Amazing.
High five? Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, Stump. Yeah. So it's been, this year, this race season Stumpy will be turning 2.
2. Yeah.
Amazing.
2.
And then what kind of, for those that do understand what Stumpy is, or maybe those that don't, what kind of reactions do you get? What's the range of reactions you get when you are out in public and managing Stumpy?
Yeah. So I would say that by far and large, the most common reaction that I get is just like absolute joy. People immediately want to take selfies. They want to take photos. There is a long line. The minute that people start to see him, there is maybe like the 1%, typically kiddos, who may turn around very quickly crying and going to their parents.
With this face? No.
I know. For the most part, everyone's really, really happy to see him. And it's, just a joy to be a part of that.
That's awesome.
I will say that last year during my ambassador year, Stumpy did an Instagram takeover for a weekend.
That's right.
And a couple of us got to hang out with Stumpy all day. And walking around the National Mall during peak bloom with Stumpy was the closest I've ever felt to like an actual celebrity rock star, because there were people following us around, screaming, honking their car horns, leaning out the windows, yelling, and I was like,
Stumpy's giving thumbs up to the
Yeah.
people not in the station listening in
it
here.
was
Yeah.
incredible. And I was like, this is what Taylor Swift must feel like every day
Absolutely.
for life. And
Yeah.
so the reactions are always like larger than life.
Stumpy, would you compare yourself to Taylor Swift?
Loves the music, but okay. Yeah.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah. And then, are there any on the reaction side? Are there any memorable reactions that stick out? Either like you got to meet somebody and they were like unexpectedly like so pumped to see Stumpy.
I now have learned to expect the excitement.
Okay.
I would say that maybe some of the oddest reactions are those people who don't know yet who Stumpy is.
Yep.
But typically they're with a friend who is guiding them through the next best fun fact that they're going to know in their life as to who Stumpy is. And so once they realize, they get just as excited. So there's just this like little moment of confusion, but then typically that washes over.
Very nice. Nice. And then on race weekend, Stumpy has a very busy schedule.
Yeah, come springtime, Stumpy has a lot of social engagement. Stumpy has a lot of friends in Washington, D.C. So this week, for example, got to hang out with PK from the Washington Spirit. Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out Washington Spirit.
And he really just has a great time with the other local mascots, like the racing presidents. Testudo he was just this morning at Testudo's birthday. So,
Nice.
Whoa.
Shout out
busy.
University of Maryland. Go Terps.
Yeah.
They're very busy.
Nice.
Right.
Very cool. And then is he a handful? Stumpy earmuffs. Is Stumpy a handful to manage? Is he a joy to manage? Little of this, little of that. Does he get moody?
I would say more a joy than anything. And it's because Stumpy's opening up.
Stumpy earmuffs again. Just kidding.
I would say he probably gets a little bit moody when there are low ceilings and his branches can't really bloom and expand to their largest potential. That's about it, though.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with my branches. I understand.
The scene inside the studio to get Stumpy in here, I'm surprised that he didn't just turn around and walk out because it is not that big in here, but
It's not a very tree-friendly studio.
No,
we didn't think about that when we built it, but it's not tree-friendly.
it's not. It's
Stumpy.
not. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Can
make
we
it.
still be friends?
Yeah.
That's a yes. That's too fun. Well, so I wanted to share a little bit for those that are uninitiated on Stumpy on the tidal basin and history side of things. So again, as we said when we started, Stumpy, you are a beloved, resilient cherry blossom tree that was located on the south bank of the tidal basin near the Jefferson Memorial. And despite your hollowed out trunk and constant flooding from the Potomac River into the tidal basin, often which submerged your roots, you stood tall and famously bloomed every spring, becoming a social media sensation and a symbol of perseverance. Stumpy, would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
We'll
a
take
big
that as a yes. Stumpy was officially cut down and removed from that place in May of 2024, sadly, right after your birthday with the presidents at Nats Park. Because there was 100 or so trees that needed to be removed as they're rebuilding the seawall that retains the water around the tidal basin.
Right.
And is getting reconstructed. And then the area where Stumpy once graced, it's currently fenced off for construction, but it aims to combat rising sea levels and the land subsiding that cause the daily flooding of those trees. The intention is to return descendants of Stumpy to their homeland.
Descendants of Stumpy, or what is the official term?
The official term is stumplings.
Stumplings.
Yeah.
Dumplings. Just do it with me, Stumpies. Stumplings. Let's all do it together. Stumplings. So, and I'm excited to say that we might even have some replanting happening this spring of early returning of the tree, the cherry blossom trees, Stumpy's nephews, nieces, cousins, second aunts, things of that nature, as early as this spring. And Stumpy 2.0, or the Stumplings, might be coming very soon after that. And it's very interesting that the mulch, the original wood from Stumpy, was used as mulch to help keep the remaining trees that they moved alive, where they're stored at places like the Arboretum and other National Park Service supporting facilities. This is pretty cool to me. And then providing nutrients for future generations. So it's circle of life is surrounds Stumpy.
I love that.
What's that, Stumpy? That makes it Stumpy super proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, remains the official mascot of the Credit Union Cherry Blossom 10 Mile and 5K.
Yay.
So thanks for letting me nerd out on that stuff. I think it's pretty
It's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah,
It's
it is
definitely
very
very
cool.
cool.
Very
Very
Washington,
cool.
D.C.
Yeah, so Washington, D.C. Yeah, Stumplings. We should sell t-shirts
Yeah. Can't wait to see them.
or just give away t-shirts.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that reconstruction to finish because running along construction is less exciting as running under the cherry blossoms. So
Totally.
Strong agree.
Strong agree.
I didn't think that was going to be. I didn't think that was going to be a decisive opinion,
Hot take.
right?
Hot take. Trees are better than construction debris.
Probably the coldest take that was ever taken.
Yeah. Coldest take of all time.
Yeah.
So, Erica,
Sure.
we are in the final kick, which
Very
is our
exciting.
lightning round finish to each episode where we just ask rapid fire Q&A for a little fun way to get to know more about our guest. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Stumpy, are you ready? All
Two
right.
thumbs
ready.
way up. Okay. First question, and it's going to go from me and around the room, so it can come from all sides. First question, what is Stumpy's official height?
Short King.
Love it. We
Love
Short
it.
King.
Yes.
What is Stumpy's weight?
Hollow.
Beautiful.
How many branches does Stumpy have?
One.
One mighty branch.
One mighty
My
branch.
branch. Yeah. What is Stumpy's species?
Yoshino. Response to yo.
Yo!
Yo, Stumpy.
Who is Stumpy's neighbor?
Thomas Jefferson.
Nice.
Amazing. Can I ask what is Stumpy's cross training routine?
Oh,
Stumpy loves yoga. His favorite pose is tree pose.
Iconic.
Namaste. And what is Stumpy's favorite game of all time?
Pika Bloom.
So good.
And how about his runner's high? What gets Stumpy going?
Wind in his blossoms.
Ooh,
I love
I can
that.
feel it myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stumpy's really easy to get along with, but I'm sure he's got a few enemies. What are Stumpy's dislikes and who are his enemies?
Stumpy could be at a fair distance from beavers. Doesn't love beavers being too close to him.
I respect that.
so
That's
valid.
sensible.
Fair.
Sensible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, survival instincts. I like that.
Yeah.
And then,
Lastly,
yeah, I'm going to try to expose any secrets here. What is Stumpy's secret handshake?
Stumpy, you ready?
Nice.
Nice.
the stump bump.
Stump bump.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right,
We
can
each get one.
can we
before the
each
end
get
of
a
the
stump bump?
episode?
And I'm going to
Yeah.
need you to, in the post, just like make like confetti come out of that.
Okay.
You can work. You can put that on.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
easy. It's
Easiest thing in the
easy.
world. Yeah.
Stumpy, can I get a stump bump?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm coming in for one.
Woo.
And one more. Reach across. Ah, nice.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Stumpy. Appreciate the stump bump.
So Erica, other than in-person appearances, has Stumpy ever been on the silver screen on television?
Stumpy has. So he loves the limelight, I'd have to say, and really enjoyed being invited to the Drew Barrymore show in New York City.
Whoa.
Very cool.
And I assumed
Dirt
Drew
off
was
your
a fan.
shoulder there, Stumpy.
Was Drew a fan?
Oh, huge fan. She loved it.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The dancing sequence, it was a big deal.
Wow.
Incredible. That's like one of my dreams.
Nice.
So Stumpy, I'm just gonna live vicariously through you for a bit, if that's cool.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Drew will listen into this episode and she'll make your dreams come true.
I love you, Drew.
Shout out Drew Barrymore.
You talked about earlier how people love to meet Stumpy. Other than like amazing memories of meeting such an icon, do people walk away from the meeting with him with anything?
Yeah. So when people get to meet Stumpy, they get a trading card, their own Stumpy trading card and sticker that they get to wear around. We
Cool.
travel with these. These are with us all of the time, right, Stumpy? So hopefully, if you get to see him race weekend this year, you'll get your own trading card and sticker.
Amazing.
Which is a perfect segue to my next question. If someone would like to meet Stumpy race weekend, where are some places we might be able to find him?
Yeah, so we're still finalizing his schedule, but we do know that he's going to be at the 5K, Kids Dash, participating in the 10 mile and at the expo too. So the expo is actually a really great place to meet him because not only do you get all your goods, all your necessary items, but you get to hang out with Stumpy.
Very cool.
Wonderful.
Better.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Nice. Well, I think that wraps us up for today. Stumpy, you're scrappy, you're resilient, you're a tree of the people. Thank you so much for joining us today. Anything else you'd like to say? Any final words? Hi, all my friends.
Thank you so much, and hi to all my friends.
Hi to all my friends.
You speak Stumpy.
Yeah, I do. I just learned it. I finished the course. Yeah. Hi, presidents. Hi, Testudo. Hi, Talon. Hi, PK. Hi, all of my mascot friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, thank you for coming, Stumpy. We here at the pod, we love you. So
We do. And thank you, Erica, for coming and lending your time with us.
Thanks for having us. This has been really fun.
So fun.
Before you go, where can we follow Stumpy's adventures?
Oh, yeah. We do a really good job of making sure that we highlight his adventures at CUCB on Instagram. And come race weekend too, it'll be on our website as well.
Awesome.
amazing. All right.
Well, thank you again, Stumpy. We appreciate it. And thank you all for listening. We would love it if you could give it a like. If you want to subscribe, you can listen to our podcast anywhere that you get them, on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and on YouTube. You can get all the visuals and see Stumpy on video. Follow us also at CUCB on Instagram and all socials. And we appreciate you listening, and see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks, y'all.